Hey everybody, it's Len. This is my discussion, I guess, if you will, of the. We talked about in the previous video about the Bajong stance, pros cons, what I liked about it. I really didn't have much to say negative because I was really pulling whatever I could find out of my head about what I don't like. But now we're going to talk about a little bit something different called an athletic stance, what I call bladed stance. Basic, simple. I could take anybody off the street and show this to, like the Bajong stance. And I'm confident that most situations, most people will find it and pick it up. Very user friendly is what I'm trying to say. Even more so than the Bajong stance. And really, in my opinion, it's based what really the difference between the Bajong stance and the basic athletic stance or bladed stance is that the foot positioning and how you place your weight. Now, for the record, I realize I might be talking fast, but this is my left side of my body, my left lead. This is my right lead. Okay? The point is that, because it might look weird on the camera here. So, the stances are basic, and the principles behind it is that you got the mass here, right? If someone's attacking you, there's a lot to hit, so especially that. But we can blade ourselves and make ourselves smaller, right? You want to protect the head, protect the vitals, the core of your body, right? So by blading, you're making yourself somewhat of a smaller target. And the idea is that I can take anyone off the street right now and show them this, as opposed to a longer stance or what have you. This is still bladed. It's a wider leg base. These are all the stances are platforms in which you can launch or defend. You can launch attacks from striking, kicking, punching, elbows, grappling, judo stance, karate stance, judo, jiu-jitsu's, various grappling, kind of leg. How you position your body is a platform in which you can, like I said, launch attacks, defense, whatever. So my simple thing is that I basically only ever stick to the Bajong stance and the athletic stance. I really don't try to get too far off. If I have to drop knees, it's there, you're on the balls of your feet somewhat. The Bajong stance footwork for me is where I keep a lot of my fluid movements, if you will. So like I said in the previous video about how, if you ever see a cat walk and they have very light feet, they quickly, I don't think so. You want to have that kind of thing, me personally. So if I was to teach someone, like, hey, this is an athletic stance, I can cover, I can move, I can maneuver, so I step out, just, it's simple. And I can always adjust on the spot. I'm always an attacker. Excuse me. Clinch on and then whatever. You can adjust easier. And always keeping your center protected, and you can always maneuver as opposed to something else. I'm not going to get into that too much. So hopefully you took away that there's a thing called an athletic stance, fighting stance, and the Bajong stance. The thing that I find more useful from the Bajong stance as opposed to the athletic stance, I feel, because I got knee problems, they get stiff, they get wear and tear, I get ankle problems and low back, I can still launch basic oblique kicks, G-tag stuff, whatever, smaller tie kicks, front lead stuff. I get more of that power from the Bajong stance, for me personally, than the athletic fighting stance. To me, it's a little more it's a little more less than the Bajong stance. It is definitely for me more on dominant striking, punching, boxing type stuff. You can kind of get away with the boxing a bit more as opposed to kicking. I can definitely knee, strike, whatever, trap, get in there. When I get to the trapping part, I can easily grapple. Both are easily accessible via both these stances. All these things are accessible via these two stances. And I feel though, with the Bajong stance, I can kick a bit better, personally. That's just me. Anyways, folks, thank you.